they sent me. Raised in this life of crime, down the slide. Prayed for those better days, devil on my side. Gang life committed, but we dying over signs. Brown skin tatted up, but we wear that shit with pride. 25 to life cell, living up a row. Hit the yard level 4, eating spreads out of bowl. Bunky going crazy, his appeal going slow. 15 with 2 strikes, got my time.
Hey, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Well, with my 4 new songs that are on the way, I'm gonna do a music video this coming Wednesday. It's gonna be 1L1C Part 3. Stay tuned, man, because I changed up my lyricism a little bit. I try not to cuss in my lyrics no more like I usually do. Use the N-word. I haven't been in my last 4 songs, so I think I've been growing. I've been progressing. But today's video, sorry to say, I was gonna do a couple on some prison topics and some subscriber questions, but let's hold off on that because something happened to me today and I want to share it with you guys. I think it's very interesting. Hopefully you guys engage. Hopefully you just give me your guys' interpretation. You know, leave a comment, bro. I want y'all to really engage with this one. This one kind of blew my mind or freaked me out a little bit. So let's get freaked out together. So with that being said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, always leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. All right, you know how I've been telling you guys that, you know, eventually once my prison stories are going to be, you know, pretty much done and over with and where I don't want to continue to shed light on it anymore. Because the way I see it, you know, there's a big aspect of the world. There's more content about life that we're not talking about. And I can honestly say, you know, eventually I'm going to stagnate myself. My channel, I don't want it to just be based on prison genre. I want to broaden my horizons. I want to diversify my topics and just become a not only a motivational speaker, but, you know, just do some great research and talk about sensitive subjects that I'm willing to talk about, that I'm willing to engage with. We can all grow together. Maybe we can participate and, you know, making some change. You know, I plan to take this a lot farther than you guys think. Trust me. Believe me when I tell you that I do a lot of online researching. So a lot of my subscribers, when I talked about that reoccurring dream that I had, a lot of my subscribers would tell me to go listen to this channel, or listen to this individual. And I do so periodically here and there when I'm not doing my own personal research. So last night I'm in my car. I was at work. And for some reason, TikTok, it became a source of, you know, shedding information. Now, people are just not making funny trends or making memes or jokes or women just, you know what I mean, twerking. I've been seeing a lot of information of individuals like exposing this or, you know, finding out truths, hidden truths, secret truths that, you know, certain politicians were hiding from us. And then I liked the video, and on my For You page last night kept coming up on these conspiracy theories. And I don't care. If it's interesting and it's entertaining, you know, I'm going to learn something. I started learning up. Remember, I was in jail. I didn't have access to a lot of this information. I barely found out about Walt Disney. I barely found out about what happened with Dr. Seuss. I barely started finding out about certain meanings and hidden agendas and certain things that they've been incorporating in children's cartoons or in the movies that all relate back to certain symbolisms and certain cults and certain connections to, you know, the eye. You gotta know what I'm talking about. So I'm going through TikTok and I'm just like, I'm just watching video after video. Some of them are biblical scriptures, but it was crazy because I watched so much videos last night. I'm talking about from 4:30 to 5:30. I was in my car until I clocked out, watching video after video after video. Stuff about mermaids, stuff about Antarctica, about that pilot who went over there, discovered some things, reported it. They hushed him up. Then he's gone. Then his son was gone. Then I read about how 80% of the ocean still hasn't been explored and that they've been finding new things here and there and they don't want the world to know. Then I started finding about, you know, the Pinocchio movie. You know, how they said the first Pinocchio movie, the very first cartoon that I grew up on, you know, how he lured Pinocchio and the rest of the kids off the boat into Pleasure Island. Then they were keeping them. The kids sounded like they were crying. It all went back to, you know, Weinstein and the island. How they were identifying it, that Weinstein was best friends with Walt Disney and other people that created all this stuff. A lot of stuff on Weinstein started coming up. And I'm just like, man, it became it became an age where individuals are actually starting to see the truth. It's finally starting to be woke up and start helping us and share one another their information that they're doing. Quick researches. I was doing biblical studies last night. I would Google it, and then I would reference it, and people were talking about we live in a dome. All this information got stuck in my head, and within 1 hour, right? And I'm talking about the Anunnakis, different civilizations that just been rediscovered. Somebody even proved like where the Bible says Noah parked his boat after the flood. That they went that Noah's boat was 515 feet, and they went and did the measurement of this exact location where he said he, planted his boat and started civilization again. They measured it. It was actually 515 feet, so it proved biblical prophecies. Man, it went on and on and on. And then everybody started exposing like certain celebrities, showing their pictures, showing their connections, like Lil Nas X, Trippie Redd, and all this certain worshiping of a certain, particular angel. You know who I'm talking about. So I come home. There was a couple of scenarios that I came across that really bothered me, and I talked to my girl about it, and I won't share it right here. Maybe on a later video we could talk about it, because I feel like these subjects are more important to talk about than prison ones. So I go to my bed, and I'm still going through videos just to burn my eyes out and go to sleep. I crash out. In my dream, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's because you think about something so much before you go to sleep that your mind has a dream about it. But it was crazy how it all worked out and how it played in my head. And it woke me up to the point I freaked out. And I don't believe in all that, paranormal stuff. Certain things happen I've talked about and I tripped out on about. But I still haven't decided in my head and reached a conclusion, be conclusive that, there's something outside of the realm. So I go to sleep. The first thing I picture in my head is I got called into the backyard. Something was telling me to go to the backyard right here in my house. And my dog's out there. And it's getting wrapped up by a snake. And Bigfoot's right there. And they're pretty much trying to share my dog. They're trying to eat it. So I'm freaking out. I wake my girl up. I'm about to go out there and, try to save my dog. And then out of nowhere, it seemed like what a strobe light looks like? How it flickers fast. I felt like in my dream, it was doing that to each and every video that I watched on TikTok. And that there was a voice translating every video as it's flickering, telling me how everything's interconnected, how there's one big source of power, that everything that I'm seeing, that I need to believe that it's true, that I'm being lied to. It felt like there was a voice in my head. And then, remember how I told you guys one of my last YouTube videos that I have that reoccurring dream of Michael Myers? Well, it was replaying all those videos over again, like if it was trying to brainwash my head, and it kept throwing like little parts of Michael's face in there. And it was basically, it felt like there was a voice in my head like trying to tell me personally, like, believe what you see. All this is real. Look into it more. And then I snapped out of it, and I'm like, and it's dark in my room. So I called my girl, and she's like, she was doing her hair. She's getting ready for court. And I was like, she's like, you okay? And I was like, yeah. And I went to sleep at 7. I woke up at 11. I haven't been asleep since because my mind's just been racing, and I got to go to work tonight. And I told her about the dream, and she goes, you know what? Since you've been watching all those conspiracy videos on TikTok, your dreams have been weird, and they've been real extreme. She goes, you need to lay off it for a little while. And I was like, look, I'm not trying to dive down the rabbit hole. I just like to know information. I like to learn things, so if it ever comes up, I could talk about it. Plus, I want to take my YouTube to the next level and talk about big controversial issues, so me and my audience can engage. I got better content, better views, better monetization, but most importantly, let's cover subjects that need to be heard, so we can stop paying attention to what's going on in prison, because prison is always going to be prison. Prisons are always going to exist as long as crimes continues to exist. Everybody's prison story, they all it's starting to sound rhetorical. It's starting to sound the same. So eventually minds are going to die out too, where it's going to get old. It's going to get played out. So yeah, I want to explore these new ideas. I want to explore about, what did happen in Antarctica? Did we ever go to the moon? Because the astronaut that said he went to the moon 20 years later, 30 years later, saying it wasn't even true. So, I go down that rabbit hole and I get sneak peeks. But I pull myself back out because it's like, at the end of the day, I got to go home. I got to go to work. I got to sleep. You know, I got a life to live. I got goals to chase. I don't want to get too caught up into it, but I'm just interested. Why? Because I have access to endless amount of information that I always wanted to know, that me and my cellies would be high in the cell talking about, like, yeah, bro, I wonder if it's true. You know, we was engaged like that, you know, just to get our minds to escape the reality of prison. But now that I'm out here, it's like, I really want to take that journey because they say knowledge is power. And I love knowledge. I love knowing things. But it was just a trip last night how that suddenly, that fast, my own dream did that. It just recycled all those videos in my head for a whole dream. And it kept pointing out, it kept describing this. It kept, like the movie Black Adam. They said the movie Black Adam with The Rock had so much symbolisms representing a certain cult and a certain individual, a fallen angel. And they were pointing it out in the movie. I mean, well, in this documentary, but they're pointing it out in the movie about what the movie's about, the representation, how the number 6 comes up, the wizards, the 6 wizards, all that, the triangle, everything. And it kept recycling it in my head, and I felt like I was like in some weird computer system that was just trying to like flicker it in my eyes and brainwash me. It's like, man, pay attention. It's all right there. Pay attention. Believe what you see. And that's what made me freak out. So I laid in bed for like an hour. I put my phone down and I was just thinking, and I was trying to remember everything in the dream. And I just, to this moment, I was telling my girls, like, when we were out in traffic right now, I was buying something for my son. I need him to get him a dresser. And I was telling her, I was like, I think I want to do a YouTube about it. I just want to see what people say. And she's like, you know what, it'd be a good one, but it's still creepy. And she's pretty much telling me to lay off the conspiracy theories, that's all they are, it's theories. But what trips me out is that a lot of these conspiracy theories, yeah, they're conspiracies, but everybody has proved in society, and everybody that goes down that rabbit hole has proved that there's always a big nugget of truth that gets exposed. That's what mind blows me. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should keep going, bro, because that right there, that little dream freaked me out. I know it's a little off topic of the prison drama, but I wanted to share this experience with you. Tell me what you guys think, because honestly, it freaked me out because that voice was real. And it was like a computerized, like something like the voice you would hear off like the movie Resident Evil, how that little girl was always talking to her, telling her what to do. It sounded like that, and it was just giving me a message. And all those videos, how does my mind replay every single video that I watched within an hour? It just recycled them in my head like a little vortex, just feeding my brain. I felt like they were just brainwashing me, and I was like, so I told myself today, nah, if it comes up on TikTok, just go to YouTube and just go find something cool to watch, like a music video, or go watch another YouTube channel. Kind of like clear my mind a little bit so I don't start driving myself nuts. Because there's a lot of people on TikTok, but a lot of information who love exposing certain stuff. And that's what tripped me out. Like I went through my subscribers told me to go down that whole if the earth is round, the earth is flat YouTube channels. It's starting to sound more like it's flat than it does round. And there were scientists at NASA that showed 3 pictures of planets, and they said, see, don't these look like planets? And you know, the picture itself it convinces you that it's planets. He goes, nah, man, these are just pretty much plants. I took a picture and he showed the actual picture, they were just regular plants in a pot. And he goes, that's how convincing it is when we want to convince you. It's just what we make your eyes accept. And he freaked me out. He's from NASA. I was like, no, so you're pretty good. So NASA's lying to us, huh? You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Is my dream weird or what? Because to me, it's weird. Not trying to stir up no pot, but it was weird. Freaked me the hell out. I don't even want to dream no more. I hope I don't have a dream again. Because I don't even want to, because that's like the 3rd time I woke up not this year, but last year and then recently, I woke up out of my own dream, freaked out, like I felt like something was telling me something. But I don't know what to do with that kind of information. I don't even know what to do with it right now, other than I was like, the best thing I could do right now is tell a YouTube. Make a YouTube channel, make a YouTube story and tell it and see what they think. So let me know what you guys think about that weird dream. And I appreciate it. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right, is get it done. Peace.